See, if I wasn't a cop and a professional, I'd say, good boy.
I was going to do that, but we got shit to do today.
Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck have I missed?
I think Forehead's asleep, so they're looking for a way to contribute, so.
Eve Bomb, I'm assuming those guys are called the besties.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are two of the foot soldiers.
Interesting. Anyway, I got a encrypted message through the network saying you need some help with some painting. Is that true? And I repaid these helicopters.
Would be helpful.
Yes.
Having some trouble with not so much the trained ones, but the untrained units drawing distinctions between our aircraft and the enemy aircraft.
Eve Bomb, just so I understand, isn't your aircraft the blue one that Mr. Director chose that color, or are you changing it to another one?
No, I believe after the delivery, there may have been, I think these face fucks came in and unpainted it.
I see. Okay, well, good thing I brought some technology with me, so I can get that sorted out for you. No problem.
Sweet.
No problem whatsoever.
Do you want the UAV staying the same as it is, Brian?
I think the UAV would be, I like that color. I think that kind of sends a bit of a message.
I agree.
This one we were thinking olive, right? Wait, let's play with a couple colors.
Like.
Yeah.
I think well, yeah, let's have a look at some of the greens and some of the grays and see what we like. Or maybe a mixture. Oh, a mixture of both. I think we do that, yeah. Also, okay. This arriving here with no pilot, that was you?
A farm was a new technology we're using, AI transitioning remote control. So we just set it out to have a quick test, and it worked, but not to show how strong it is.
Ooh.
That is
it's
interesting.
prototype, you could say. You know,
is this something we'd be able to possibly deploy?
Well, that's the whole objective. You know, imagine taking down, for example, those space bots without even losing a life. Imagine you being able to remote control a helicopter without you actually even being inside. That's the goal here. I got the landing done, but I haven't really figured out the controls for the shooting.
That is going to be very interesting if you can pull that off.
Dave, not promising anything though. This is new territory with right now. AI, everybody's using AI these days. Disgusting, but I thought this type of stuff not too bad.
Okay. All right.
I do want to at some point discuss the acquiring of a jet. Even beyond the Faceless, we are consistently dealing with a individual that identifies. We've got, well, first we got the Swedish. Second, we dealt with a jet 3 days ago. And then we also dealt with a unknown entity that referenced himself as Warthog. First name Wart, second name Hog. Unknown if it's even manned by an individual, as they were unable to communicate on ATC, only through 311.
Dave, I can see what I can do.
Okay.
Well, you know, a jet is going to cost a lot of money, I will say. A lot of money. Well, we'll see what the investors say, and HQ says I can probably get the price tag pretty low, considering, well, it's going to benefit everybody in the circle and the future of this, whatever's left of this fucking city. Jesus Christ.
That's why we need the equipment. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. The amount of ordnance they dropped on Little Seoul could easily have flattened the majority of the city. So if they have that, and they're willing to dispose that on one specific location, I can only imagine how much munitions they truly have.
You know, I've been very busy lately. We have a few things we need to take care of, but I was told through some people there was a massive sort of on the borders, a massive convoy of a plane. I'm assuming that's what attacked Little Seoul last week.
It's an A-10, also known as a B-11 strike force.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's got the GAU-24 on the front. It had bombs. I don't even... Countless. The amount it was dropping was absolutely insane. They also have the ability to do air-to-air refueling, because I didn't see any of them go for refueling at all. That might also be because they got shot down, but...
The scariest part in all of this is, well, they've had the ability to do what they did. Well, last year, they chose to do it now. Interesting.
They've got flares too, which could be a problem for any kind of homing missile.
The best thing, I don't know if it's possible, but somehow getting these helicopters the ability to have flares.
That would be extremely
It
helpful.
would be
Oh
very
my fucking
Very,
god,
very helpful.
yes.
Yeah, that'd be extremely helpful. The flares that we trained with our hydrojets back in the day were extremely useful. The amount of missiles that were being fired at us by the Eastern Bloc, who were at the time with a big aggressor, was pretty heavy. And with those flares, we were able to lose a lot less of our equipment, which was helpful.
Hey, fam, I mean, we know here's the thing, though. I wasn't there, of course, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming the Wednesday attack had a lot of missiles, correct?
It did. It also had I think it's actually called a babushka, but it looks like a C-130. Big cannons on the top with 30 mil cannons on the top and on the bottom and on the rear of the aircraft that blew our helicopter out of the sky like it was nothing.
I'm trying to think. Their supply must be running low. I mean, if that was a huge attack, where would they get the supply from? I might talk to you directly privately soon regarding something.
Okay.
But anyway, let's get this annihilator changed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Remind me to mention something I saw yesterday. It might be relevant for what happens in the next 72 hours. Here, Delta-1.
Hey, fam.
All right.
Can I recommend an aircraft if there were to be a jet that comes our way? Can I recommend one to you? I did some time at an airbase looking at a few different things recently.
Oh, shit!
It's the P-66 laser. Looks a lot like an F-16, but it has a split wing on the back instead of a singular. Has a lot of different capabilities with it. Homing missiles, has explosive round dual guns on the front of the nose. It does have bombs, but I don't think we'll need that. Also looked at a Valkyrie helicopter, Brian. One that has mini guns on the side of it, as well as a co-pilot seat that can access a gun that's under the front nose of the chopper.
What are your feelings on the F-160, Snow?
The Raiju? I mean, those are... I mean, that's like F-22 level. I don't even know if the government would allow us to have something as advanced as that. I don't know. But those are very powerful machines, for sure.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I will talk to HQ to see what we have. I know we have a few jets for our fleet, but I have to confirm.
Excellent. All right, let's have a look at this then. See what we can do.
Okay.
It's good it's dark out because we can get a feeling what it's going to look like against the night sky.
Yes, exactly. We do have a bit of lighting in here too, so that's nice.
Probably need to clean it up a bit to get a good look at it.
Okay, well, once you he'll have a check, by all means go into the pilot seat, and then should be a button on your dashboard.
Sure.
Hey, fam. There'll be a button under the lever of the 7.5 radius. Just need to angle down the 25 degrees angle, and it should do the cloaking changing color technology.
All right. All done.
Hey, it was second nice to see it.
Ooh,
Say again.
this is a really good time to do this too.
Does it work?
Oh, there we go. All working. Yeah.
Hey, fam.
Okay. Oh.
Time of
Yeah,
night
we can
is
do it really-
perfect too. We'll be able to get a good idea as to what we'll see.
So.
Delta-1, you wouldn't have to have.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's even if you turn off the flashlight there for a second, and you kind of look at the dark spot. That's probably what ground forces are gonna see.
This is basically black.
Yeah.
At nighttime, this will be super dark.
Yeah.
Whereas if we did something like
Ooh,
There you go.
that is marine white.
that, is just completely white. It's all the F's on the color code thing.
You know, with what we've been in these situations we've been in, I don't believe we get into situations where we worry about ground forces. Like if this was like the invasion of Sanguine, right? Where we need to worry about like AA turrets or ground forces opening fire and their visibility, that might be an issue, but this slaps.
Yeah,
What
we
if
got
on the secondary. You go with the blue.
Secondary blue. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
000-830. 000-830.
I did it, but it's not showing. Hang on. Is that right, or is that the wrong color? Because I'm not sure if that's coming correctly.
000-830 is what's on the cars.
Oh,
That's the actual blue, but
there we go.
go
That's the
darker,
actual
yeah.
blue.
Okay. What is that one?
That's 000-830.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, okay.
That does
that
look
looks
quite
good.
good.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Is that giving the bottom end? So let me ask you a question. What about blue as the main and white
on the
as the bottom? Because you're going to be seeing the bottom, not the sides, right? If you're a ground unit, and that's mostly what we're concerned with.
Oh my
That actually
god.
looks really
Yeah,
nice. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Doing this.
Can you spin this up and take it in the sky? Let's see how it's going to look for the ground.
I must say, this does look very, very nice. That's perfect,
Oh, that's
I think.
perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is yes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, good
That's
luck.
it right
No,
there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
If someone fucking listen, I'm gonna be
Yeah, you
honest.
have to
I'm
be
just
an
gonna
idiot.
throw this out there. I don't think that it was an accident he blew up. I think people thought it was funny. The first set of rounds that were shot at him were by accident, but him getting blown up was not. The second
Just
round,
to confirm, he was shot by his own people.
he
Both.
was.
He was shot by both ground units and by the helicopter that we were engaged
Correct.
at the same time.
Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find the button on the dashboard for this one then, Delta-1.
Hey, now that one's a bit tricky. You need to rotate the bottom 74 degrees angle.
Hey,
And then, hey, firm, thank you.
yeah, it's that older technology. Right, rotating that here.
The gun fittings on the stealth are white as well. It looks really good.
This is really oof. That's just. I love when you come in with an idea in mind and then a better one pops up. You know.
Yeah. That's really nice. Big fan. I'm gonna get some wax for these. So they always look clean.
yeah.
Don't like them looking dirty.
Now look at this.
Oh ho!
I like the yellow stripe.
You able to make the yellow stripe white?
No, that's what
Negative.
I'm trying to mess with right now. The
No.
yellow stripe I don't think changes.
Okay.
Hey, firm.
The good thing with this one though is because of the yellow, this one should be quite obvious, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean blue, friendly blue, yellow stripe, and blue with underside white. Oh, wait a second.
I like the
Is there
blue
like
more.
is there like a bluey? Is there like a bluey white you can do?
Ooh.
No, maybe yeah. Darker blue I think is better.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a confusion over this one.
No.
Could you send it up in the air real quick just so we can see what it looks like from the ground there, Blunt?
I mean, I would never confuse that anyway, but that is pretty obvious, isn't it? It's blue.
It is, yeah.
The yellow stripe, right? The yellow stripe is what really gives it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it all the way from over here.
Hey, firm.
This might seem a little pedantic, but you have to understand that nowadays we have to just presume some of our units are, you know, they need very clear.
I was upset the other day when I got shot down, but it's also unreasonable for me to expect everyone to know what all these different things look like. I mean, example, I heard someone calling the B-11 Strike Force or the A-10 a MiG, and what the fuck? But you know, not everyone is into this stuff, so they just don't know. So this is the easiest and most effective way I think we're going to change this.
Oh, here's the thing. I don't want to say things that could be wrong, but what if the person that shot you down was a faceless asset within the PD?
No. I 100% took fire from ground forces. 1000%, but I did get finished off by a little bird the other day.
Well, no, exactly. What if the ground units were...
What if they're inside the...
Delta-1's not wrong. I mean, look, I'm gonna say this now, because you're cleared. There are members of EMS that have held blueprints. One of the kidnapped individuals from the Faceless may be EMS. But on the flip side of the spectrum, there are members of law enforcement, as well as some individuals that have fired that have worked for them. Understand that Faceless isn't just, it's not like Osama bin Laden showing up and recruiting for Al-Qaeda. It's that the Faceless offer things that most want so that they can empower themselves in San Andreas, and what that means beyond that is irrelevant. I mean, even the besties rolled up, right? Are they on our side today? Yeah. But what about the last year and a half? Right?
True.
They were given something, and that something empowered them. And it's just like members of law enforcement, if they're given some reason to, whether it's like a loved one or whatnot. Chris Peters, he was let go. Chris Peters was already going to be fired. We learned recently that his own family has serial killers and questionable individuals in it. That's why, as a part of our oath, SASM comes before family. State before family.
I don't have any families yet.
Neither do I.
Damn right.
Hey, Bum.
Any of y'all got something to drink?
Actually don't, I'm sorry. I think there was some stuff in the fridge back at the office.
Yeah, I'll head back there if I need to. Brian, you got anything?
Yes. No.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Delta-1, you got any food on board?
Let me check my...
Yeah.
Very thirsty.
God, Mike.
Faceless!
Oh, God.
I'll be okay.
You good? What are you, just starving?
I'm gonna get you to your feet, alright.
A little hydration. My throat's a little dry.
Outside of snipers.
I got you. I'm covering him.
It looks like...
If they shoot again, I'll
Were you shot or were you just hungry?
No, I'm thirsty.
Oh, okay, looks like he's just thirsty.
Oh, hey, Bum. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dry throat.
All right.
You gotta watch out for that.
I'm gonna bring the Annihilator out into this light. I want to see it.
Yeah.
In the blue.
While he's doing that, let me I'm gonna brief you on something. Yesterday evening, a individual dressed in all white suit, faceless mask, a individual in a black suit, black mask, individual in a black suit, purple mask, alongside what we suspect to be Charlie and one of the foot soldiers, the red masks, was spotted at Legion Square. Somehow no one noticed it, and by the time I made my way down to check on the status of the individual that had alerted me, they were gone, and the individual had been shot and thrown off the roof. It was stated that the individual in all white had a briefcase, all of which led them to the top of this building. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the two buildings in Legion Square, one of them with the Flicka Bank, does house, some investment companies. So what that exchange was for is unknown, but I suspect it has something to do with whatever may occur in the next 72 hours. With those besties, the individuals that had just come up, they've recently been fighting with the Faceless for their own reasons. But as a part of all that, one of their own gang members has been kidnapped and is being housed somewhere. Location currently unknown. But my suspicion is that, look, that exchange could be something as simple as trying to get something back, selling off that individual. But I figured I'd let you know in case that may, I don't know, spark something in your mind or with your intelligence team that might help us figure out what the fuck's going on, right? I'm just saying, get prepared.
Just so I understand, there are two things that really, I guess, concern me. Number one, purple mask. And number two, was the white mask individual wearing a fully white suit.
Correct.
Or
individual with a white suit, white mask. And then two individuals with black suits, one with a black mask and one with a purple mask.
that is interesting, because that's actually concerning. And then where exactly, sorry, those buildings, Legion Square?
That is correct. There is the Flicka Bank at Legion Square. It's got Wolf's International on the second floor. To the direct east of that, there is a very similar looking building with a promenade at the top. These individuals, alongside Charlie and one of the red masked individuals, met at the top. The individual that followed and tried to alert us, unfortunately in a way that didn't have any urgency to it, he engaged with Charlie, who subsequently shot him down and threw him off the building.
Okay, I'll get my team on that, because that is very concerning. We've never seen a fully white suited with a white mask.
Sorry, what
That
is...
is very concerning.
Yeah. I mean, we previously suspected the individual with the white mask is the top of the food chain. But even then, that's speculation. I mean, up until just this past week, we assumed everyone with the guy with the red mask had a particular code name, but then we've now come across a number of them. So
I believe the red mask people are I guess they're below Charlie, you could say, it seems. They all have their own sort of code name, but
assault
they're the same
team.
rank.
Yeah.
Farm, exactly.
Right.
And I'm assuming Charlie's the leader of that team. Who fucking knows at this point?
With Charlie having been noted as the comms leader, it sort of makes sense for the assault team to be varied, where Charlie is providing sort of operational directive while the assault team just sort of follows orders as needed. Now, you heard some of the conversation with these two besties that had shown up. Their concern underlinedly being, well, why were they sent up for a regular time? The reality of the matter is that we had to fight tooth and nail just to get enemy of the state. of which the bar is exceptionally high. I want us to start to investigate denaturalizing some of these assets that work for the Faceless. And I want that approval coming right from the state, because I don't trust the DOJ to make the right thing. This is fucking Greta Thunberg and their fucking children popping out and just protecting what are otherwise terrorists. I don't give a fuck if we put them in a hole. I don't give a fuck if they are extracted and put somewhere else. I don't have time to convince people that have been sucking off the Faceless that are now in positions of government to spend weeks passing legislation. The threat has gotten too grand. So
now you're talking my language.
Whether it's a black site,
can help it.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna have those conversations. They are already enabled to do so, but I would like to have you sort of prepare, be it black sites or off island prisons for when that time comes. Because at some semblance, they are right. Putting in fucking terrorists for 150 months, it doesn't fit. We're gonna end up losing the fucking battle, right?
I'll see what I can do. I know there's some room in the HQ. We have a special, how can I put this? A section off where we keep temporary prisoners, you could say.
Yeah.
That sounds very useful.
Hopefully the state can be on your side here.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything else, I think I'll get going. Need to catch up with a few things in this city.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I appreciate your assistance.
Hey,
Thank you very much, sir.
I'll see you guys soon.
Yes, you will.
Watch this. At night at a stealth 475215 turned on. Well, looks like the AI doesn't work, unfortunately. Need to have someone pick this up.
All right.
That.
Delta-7, can you come here and pick this up, please?
That shit is not easy to get going. That tech is, that's beyond me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I will say though, Brian, and I might be sounding like an old man here, but there is nothing that beats a real pilot in the cockpit. Okay, nothing.
Yeah, I don't disagree. However, as with U.S. military recently has been testing out drones, and what they call it a swarm.
Oh my god!
But the swarm has a queen. The queens tend to be operated by man behind remote, right? But the rest of the swarm effectively obfuscates the most intelligent ones, right?
Jesus Christ.
Imagine you take off the ground here, right? And you have 4 others that are following you in pattern and effectively taking your lead.
I'd be a very dangerous pilot if that was possible.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Ender's Game before?
I have.
Yeah.
Fucking great movie.
It is really good. Underrated. But those drone pilots with those swarms that they were using, flying around the main ship to protect it against everything attacking it, that is some cool tech right there.
Mm.
But I believe we've solved I mean, look how good this thing looks. Look at that. Oh, look at the wax. Oh, it's so good with the wax on it.
Oh, shit.
That looks so much better with the wax on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The colors are slightly different.
Yeah, they're brighter.
Yep.
I think the metal might be popping out of that one over there.
This looks really fucking good.
They're both metallic now, too. They were both complete matte color before, which... I mean, the matte color is for stealth, I believe, but, you know, it doesn't really matter that much. It's going to be... Oh, God, it looks so good.
Imagine we have a second one of these and they're flying in tandem.
Yeah, and one of the
Bodies.
one behind has a missile battery on it.
Any update on when we're getting that one, Brian? I know Delta-1 was showing it
Which
off
one?
to us when he showed us these. This one, but with the missiles.
Everything is currently red taped with bureaucracy, and the last conversation I had, and that's why I kind of keyed Delta-1 into it, is look, here's the current reality, right? We're dealing with what the fuck? Oh, okay. Let's just take a look at the state announcement. The reality of the matter is that the marshals are currently cucked by civilian law when we are not dealing with we're dealing with wartime. This is quite frankly domestic terrorism and an uprising. And as a consequence of a uprising, civilian law just does not fit. It took us, myself and Ruth, roughly 6 weeks to get the Faceless as an organization marked as enemy of the state, which in turn allows for aiding and abetting. But even then, that was a manner by which, you know, someone works with them, you throw them in for 150 months, $500,000. But when it comes to direct sponsors, right, there is no civilian law that is going to fit them, because what is applied to one must be applied to the other. We need to be more agile, which is why the demand and the ask right now is, if approved, we send them something and they come back with a stamp, or else go fuck ourselves. So,
federal powers are really that's the only way to deal with some of this stuff, I feel like.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine one of these red fucks wants to go to court. Then what? Right? And I get the energy that well, not so much Future, he just yaps. Miguel has. They're angry, right? But they don't recognize that they are a part of the problem. Could you imagine one of these guys going to prison for these same things 2 months ago? You think they could be held inside indefinitely? No, hell no, right? However, I think a clear distinction does need to be made, where if you are found to be directly related at the top of that echelon, there is no rights. It is stripped.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they're foreign actors, fuck them. If you're willing to ignore the law, fuck them again. So,
and I guess the state or the governors are worried that it could be applied to the wrong people. Is that right?
I wouldn't say there's a worry. It's just that we have not yet heard we've been operating under the guise of the Constitution,
Okay.
but the Constitution does not define out what you know, a state actor actually is,
yeah.
or
Yeah,
a foreign
that makes
actor.
sense.
Yeah. There's also the principle of, if let's say you were, I'll give you a prime example, right? This is probably going to make the most sense. We had some folks come from the Vatican, and there's a question. What? Oh yeah, during the whole zombie outbreak, and these motherfuckers had class 2s, pulled them out. Someone died in it, and we didn't know what to do with them because we're like, they're foreign actors. But it was like members of the Vatican, like, you know, armed guards.
Vatican police and the Swiss Army.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah.
It was, so when we looked into that matter, the moment you land in San Andreas, you are a citizen. Hence why we need the denaturalization. Or something to that effect. So,
I don't think we've ever gone anywhere near that before. In
Yeah.
the history of this state, to my knowledge. I mean, there was the Lost MC stuff when they tried to separate themselves from the state and claim their territory and Sandy as their own. But that was shut down by the senators at the time. And then, of course, there was Sanguine, and that was pretty goddamn serious and everything that happened. But I feel like this is a whole nother level, especially with the legal stuff in between. There was a lot about this stuff, the legal jargon that we didn't have to even think about a long time ago. But it's right that we are. I'm not saying that we need to go. It should be simple.
No, I think for matters like this, it should be.
Yeah.
You know, justice is about balancing, right? The weight between like your rights and evidence against, right? I mean, think of, you know, the whole statue with the lady holding the little scale in her hand.
Yep.
But the problem is when someone is operating off that scale, doesn't believe in that scale, different things need to take place. You know what I mean?
Isn't that literally why the CIA exists?
That's exactly it. Yep. All right. Well, anyways, shit. Hour before the Pred case. That's gonna be
It's not well. You've got maybe like 20 minutes because pre-trial.
I'm gonna be.
Wait, they approved the pre-trial?
There's apparently there's a pre-trial to the pre-trial.
That whole thing is such a fucking shit show.
Sparks literally wants to quit, and I'm like, I'm trying to be there to help.
That is
you're gonna win this one, and then you'll win the next one, and then your motivation will be back.
Brother, how are they getting away with using AI on the docket? That's my question.
Oh no, yeah, she mentioned that in the PD meeting earlier. They were talking about bringing the process right down, so there's less on the docket and more in court. That's what she was talking about.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for the judge that's in the position, but for my personal opinion is she's a bit new of a judge to be handling a case that has as much like you need somebody that's going to hold Pred in his place, right?
Who is it?
Angela Adams.
I thought she was Sama.
No, she became a judge, I think maybe 2 months ago. So she's like she's a newer judge, and she's been doing fantastic, and her legal mind is very sound.
She's unfortunately falling
to deal with somebody like Pred. That's a different animal in and of itself.
Under the guise of like fair, the problem is, and this is a issue that I've seen judges have, is their notion of fair is both sides should have a 50-50, and that's what's happening right now. Is her time schedule was weaponized against her. AI has very clearly been utilized. I would argue that it was likely how they had a fucking remember right after the fucking first pretrial hearing, there was like a motion like 10 minutes later. That shit came out of AI. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
So
and the fact that that's able to stand and there has been no sanctioned and him kicked off the case, let alone the fact that the other case we've got Grayson, who states that Tony and Bailey on the Bobby case acted inappropriately, unprofessionally, and represented Bobby after they were fired, yet they're both on the case for Pred. So what are these games? Like, it doesn't, the fact that the DOJ hasn't stepped in and stopped it, and it feels like have sort of just said, yo, handle it a different way, is, I don't like it. And it's playing a game of fucking chicken. It really is. And that's not something you want to play with me, because I start barking and biting, and that ain't good.
What did they actually do with the AI? Was it them? Like, what were they doing with it?
Filed 4 motions.
Take a look. Take a look at it yourself too. You'll notice immediately.
Yeah. Well, gotta do the right spot on the docket here.
Imagine 6 attorneys plus the utilization of AI, plus forcing hearings at times that they know the prosecution cannot be around. It's so. This is like I've been calling this, like, you know when you get those like fucking grinders running like a fucking 24/7 with like 7 supercars. It's like that's what we're witnessing on this court case, like the legal version of it.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
And the simple fact that it's allowed, just sort of like, okay, well, what the fuck, like, you know?
I don't think
who the fuck's gonna go to court
anywhere near police work, court work, anything that matters should not be any. I don't think it should be in the. I think we should ban AI from the city. Full stop. To be honest,
1000%. You don't know when it starts and ends. Like the argument I got was like, well, maybe the contents was like not AI. It's like you can't prove that. Where's the draft? You cannot prove it without a source material.
I'm looking at these motions now.
Look at the.
Are they?
What? I'll tell you exactly what page it is.
He's got. I sent him exactly there.
Oh. Notice the one with the ChatGPT bars in it?
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's structured and you know, it's kind of obvious. But I mean, there are tools. You could just paste this into ChatGPT and say, did this come from ChatGPT?
There you go. So take a
and
look
it'll
at
tell you yes.
Oh, the one that says it's 100% generated?
The one that's... Yeah. The 100%. What? It's not even a doubt. 100.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
yeah. Throw this much shit on it, and that, like, I mean, listen. If you don't want to go to court, that's fine. But this is the grossest shit I have ever seen take place. And it puts us in and I call it chicken for the following reason. I can't see this and keep my mouth shut. It must be addressed. Otherwise, fucking, like what is a retort?
Is there a motion that can go in? I don't even. AI
try.
stuff is so new. I don't even.
Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor. AI. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. The craziest thing about it is most of these cases would have been resolved already. But
that's true.
It's turned into docket hell, which is effectively stretched out each and every court case to God knows what amount. I mean, let's use Bobby for example. We're about to get this shit scheduled. He threw out all his fucking attorneys. Why? Because they're allowed to run amok. They've been doing things without his permission.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
They not lose their bar license for stuff like that?
No. I mean, let me give you another one. You got Bailey here who represented an ACR against Carmine Costello. Huge one. He was the attorney for it. He dropped it in order to join Carmine, which means he inherently has intimate information on the other side.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he got a warning.
This is going to be a very entertaining court case.
No, it's going to be dog shit.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
It's already cooked.
True, better way to put it.
Yeah.
The justice can only be, when you have injustices in due process, you cannot have justice.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, do we need to write up? Does there need to be legislation around AI?
It's been put to a stop for any future related things.
Okay. Good.
However, I think there's dangerous. Oh, it is. Look, let me put it this way. I am so familiar with AI. For reasons.
Deja vu conversation. I don't know why.
That you could effectively take every piece of legislation, put it into a custom model, which is very easy to put together, and have it produce everything for you. So, in a means by which would be indetectable, right? So that's sort of why the stop needs to be at its root, because this is just a obvious usage. The non-obvious usages are significantly more powerful. So,
God, I mean, is this something where the governors would come in and be like, "Don't do that"?
I think that was already stated. That's why I'm kind of like,
okay,
yeah. Hey, do you remember with the whole? It was like 4 months ago. I think it was being utilized on the docket. It was very.
I didn't know. I had no idea it was being used at all on the docket.
Yeah.
Like
I said, this wouldn't even be a topic I'd be discussing here if it wasn't for the fact that it's so blatantly what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a step in the wrong direction and not really good for the city at all.
No.
It's too much you can do with it.
Yep.
I gotta run and get Spark some food and get prepped for this. But
all right, easy. All right.
I'm gonna get back home and get a cigar going and watch this court case on the TV. think LSPD will be there in force, Brian. I'd imagine.
Yeah. Be interested to see how they look at all that evidence on the docket and think it's all right.
Yeah, my opinion, Brian, is that today the court case result doesn't matter. It's the court of public opinion that matters for Pratt at this point, especially if he plans to continue being the chief.
Look, he's going to get suspended again in a week. It won't really matter at the end of the day. He's already crossed that line. There's no turning back for him.
Do you see that little bird to the right on the ground?
No.
In front of the hangar, just to the east. It's on the ground, parked. Okay,
hey,
maybe it's like.
Have you tried parking these at the office?
Negative, nor should we, I think.
No? Okay.
No. We got some garages coming soon, TM.
All right, yeah, observatory would make sense. I just wasn't sure if the LSIA you still want to keep using and like leaving our PD cars on there and stuff.
Actually, let's try putting the small one there, see if it makes sense.
Okay. The small one meaning the one I'm flying or the one that
Yeah. This one of your small flying.
You're gonna have to come try to park it because you own it.
Oh, I'll leave it at LSI. We'll get back to it. I got a bunch of things I gotta catch up on.
All right, yeah,
All right,
sounds good.
easy.
All right,
Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Let's roll, baby. I'm being very cautious of how much I discuss the AI thing, but like I said, like you can't not address it when it was entered in roleplay as very clear AI usage, right? And I think these things need to be spoken about because it sets the tone, right? And we have quite literally, if it, as a consequence, likely have lost a prosecutor. That damages everyone, right? Because when it's one thing to have allowed so many attorneys and all this breath and all this stuff, right? But you need to understand that the individual has, and not just in this case, is so overwhelmingly taxing. It's created so much bureaucracy in all these cases where unless you're like a full-time prosecutor in the roleplay server, you cannot handle it. And that's what it is. It's been a full-time role to do a RP suspension, which is fucking full-blown retarded. So hopefully some of these new changes will happen, but it is still disappointing. It cannot be resolved before a big hammer comes falling down, right? And that's where the actual concern comes from, right? In the same fashion, look, I'm recognizing the role play for the marshals is changing with the faceless stuff, where we're now getting a lot of these people that should be X, Y, and Z. And why I'm like, okay, I'm going to be trying to fight for a thing where it's like, we say, hey, we want to denaturalize X, Y, and Z, and they say yes or no, right? And the reason I'm doing that is because realistically, to do it fully in RP is too much time commitment and doesn't really create content for anyone. Because they're NPCs, right? Sorry, say again?
I just realized I need to refuel. Do you want me to drop you here?
Yeah. If you could. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get to cooking and we'll chat soon. A lot more I want to fill you in on.
Okay, yes, sir. No problem.
The thing, actually, the one thing I will fill you in on.
Yep.
We had to fire about 6 marshals for not just leaking faceless information, but also attempting to start a militia.
What?
Yes. They were recruiting civilians, trying to get them firearms. One of them is currently in a psych ward. One of them was at the helm of Gunner Kane. It's bad. Oh, yeah. You'd be surprised. That was our first month uncovering it all.
Holy fuck. Okay.
I had to handle about like 8 separate interrogations and came to realize what had happened. The only ones that lasted were Rooker, Blunt, and A couple of them, but yeah, 6 were fired.
Christ. I did have a conversation with Denzel today, the mayor. Is one, I wanted to tell him that I'm a marshal now. I've known him for a long time.
Yep.
And kind of came up with the idea. I kind of think it would be cool or I think it would be good for the city and for the citizens and for the mayor's office, both of them, to be able to do some kind of press conference with limited information that comes from yourselves, yourself regarding this case.
That's kind of where Kingsman comes in.
Good. Okay.
I want to get a briefer, right? So public-facing information, and have King put something together.
That's awesome.
The challenge generally has been, we would expect that their respective police departments fill in their respective mayors, because we can't get bottlenecked, and you're going to learn that really quickly. SASM keeps getting bottlenecked. The issue is that the LSPD, through Pred, I'll quote him, is
what the that was a
oh no, they're Babylonians.
The sex cult.
Yeah. Okay. Faceless is not his cup of tea. He's only into murders. So and their detective unit just has not been up and going for the last 4 months. Dawn is pretty appraised. You know what? I'm going to do this. Let's keep cooking on it, because the general point that you're trying to make is accurate. If it's not being done, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then Denzel was saying that he's got a lot of people coming to him and asking like, what the fuck's going on? And that kind of idea through Kingsman, I think, is fantastic, because that's what he's saying. Why
hasn't he contacted us?
That's what I said. I said to him directly, if you guys had a conversation, he's like, well, no. Like, okay, well.
Yeah, this is kind of the same shit that we dealt with Pred. It's like, look, we are quite literally overburdened.
Yeah, so much.
Partially because even himself, he can't make a decision to see the obvious that he has a chief of police targeting EMS. It's fucking gross, and he is responsible.
Maybe his eyes will be open today at the case if he's there.
I don't think so. I think he needs Pred to get him reelected. That's the reality, right? Very few people in San Andreas are going to have a moral compass, right? Everything is ego, selfish, etc. And I'm sure Denzel's a nice guy, but when push comes to shove, position over responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have a chat with him, but
all right, I'll go refuel this and I'll bring it back and store it.
Yep.
Good luck at the case later.
Huh. I am OOC so sick of people being too afraid of actually role-playing conversations sort of across the board. If I'm going to be honest. Holy fuck. I have to maybe I'm too old, chat, and expect people to have some like common sense beyond it's mind-blowing. What happened between 3.0 and 4.0? I feel you. Do you think it's like an age thing? I don't really know. I don't know too many 20-year-olds unless I'm like... I think some people just don't know what topics are okay for the throw, which ones aren't. Well, yeah, but shouldn't you, like, isn't the basic tenet of roleplay